Okay guys, I am back for probably, this will be, I don't want to call it an empties. This is really a declutter of my vanity area, my makeup area. I have had so many bottles of, I guess, foundation and stuff, more than anything. I'm looking in my little basket here. There's my basket full of stuff, and these are not empty by any means. These are expired makeup you should not be putting on your face once the expiration date is met. And I am not the biggest I'm not the best at doing that or keeping up with it, because I just kind of lose track on when I bought things and how long I've had them. But I kind of sat down one day on a weekend and I said to myself, I said, Maria, I said, you got to get rid of some of this rancid old makeup. It is not doing you any good to put that on your face. It is not doing anybody any good. You're going to break out. You're going to have issues. Get rid of it. If you haven't used it, you haven't loved it, just get rid of it and then just use the stuff that you have right now that's current. So that's what we're going to be up against. If you like videos like this, I would surely appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed. I love this community. Go ahead and leave me comments below on anything that, anything you want as far as skincare or anything like that. I usually talk about skincare. I talk about a little bit of makeup in conjunction with how it affects your skin, basically. I do review a lot of makeup and foundation for the mature community, so for gals of our age and men, men and women, whoever of our age, for skincare and for makeup. So if that is the type of videos that you like, and I do some health and supplements and things like that, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of our family here, okay? And gosh, happy holidays, right? I'm wearing a nice cozy sweater today. It's purple. I know it's coming out as kind of bluish on my video here. It's kind of weird that it's coming out like that, but it is what it is. But it's nice and cozy. It says Georgia Southern Belle on it, so it's just one of the sweatshirts I picked up around town for a couple of bucks. I don't spend a lot of money on clothing. I really don't. And it keeps me nice and warm, and it is cold outside today. It is cold, so I'm trying to keep warm and not run the heat up sky high, and have an added expense of too much heat. All right, let's get into it. I've got a number of things, mostly makeup. I've got some mascaras. I'm looking down in my basket here. I've got some lipsticks. So let's get into it in no particular order or anything like that. MILANI Conceal Perfect 2-in-1, and I have the 01 Creamy Vanilla. And this is almost full, guys, almost full. Why didn't I use this that much? I liked the formula. I liked the coverage. I did like what I saw on my skin. The reason I haven't really used it that much is because honestly, it was a bit too dark, even in a 01. It had a lot of yellow undertones, and it was okay for the summertime once I got like maybe a little bit of a base tan or a little bit of sun on my face. But I could only use this maybe 3 months out of the year or 4 months, because once I started getting back to being much more pale, being indoors, it just too much yellow, too much orange, too much yellow, and it would oxidate on me. So I really didn't gravitate to it, and I did not pick it up as often as I'd like to, so therefore it stayed in my drawer. All right, the Pure 4-in-1, what is this called? Mineral Tinted Moisturizer. This was in light. It was, again, it was nice, but I just didn't pull to it for some reason. I went into, I think this was at Ulta that I bought this maybe over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years now, and it was in the bottom of my drawer. I couldn't even tell you why. there's something in it that just turned me off, and I just don't know what it was. I just never got around to it. Maybe it didn't provide enough coverage. I really didn't see the hype about it. I really didn't see the hype about it. And you know, this was pretty expensive. If I recall, it was in the 20s, maybe $23, $24. And maybe I think I was saving it maybe for special occasions, which I never got around to. And then, you know, this whole pandemic came about and nobody really went out. And this isn't one of the makeups that kind of stays on your skin and doesn't wipe off. So, you know, on top of putting a mask on, this would kind of wipe right off. So I just didn't see the hype and the benefit in it. You know, there's nothing horrible about it. If I would have been down to one tube of makeup, I would have used it, but I just had so much to go through that I just didn't do me. Kick-Ass All Day Wear, and this is by Soap and Glory Foundation, and it's on 04. Again, I just didn't gravitate to it. It did have a really good coverage. I do remember reviewing this and really liking it. And I think it was a little too dark for me at 04. That might have been an issue with it. But it did come in a pump, which is nice. But as you can see, I hardly used it. And it just, by the time I got around to maybe wanting to use it, it was in my drawer too long time, and it expired. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to put this all over my face. And, you know, I'm just not going to do it. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't to me a wow factor enough to buy it again. I wouldn't buy it again. Just because I didn't gravitate to it. I'm starting to be kind of set in my ways, and I have the few that I really like, and I don't mind buying foundations and trying them out, especially if they're new, just to see and report back to you guys on how they wear for my skin type and mature skin, you know, non-blemished skin, and normal to dryish skin. But do I keep wearing a lot of them? Not really. And like I said, the last year and a half, it's been a struggle. CoverGirl Outlast All Day. I did like this one. I remember really liking this one. And it had a really nice coverage on it. Again, I just had too much to go through to gravitate to it. This is a buff beige, and I remember this color was really nice on my skin. I didn't have a problem with this. It didn't oxidize or anything. And it has an SPF 20, and what else? Buff beige. I think it says the number 825. So I guess that's the number of the color on it. I would buy this again. I think I probably will buy this again because it was a really nice coverage from what I remember. The clock just wore down on it. You know, the 12 months or 16 months that you're supposed to keep it on the shelf and then not use it again because it's too old, the clock wore down on it. But I do plan to buy this again, you know, once I get through my other cosmetics and makeup. This really was nice. I do like CoverGirl. You know, I used to not like it. Funny, their formulas must have changed. All right, this one is the Revlon Color Stay Aqua. And, oh, I must have had this for years. This was way past expiration. There's about half of it in there, maybe a third of it left in there. If you guys can see it through there, through the bottle, you can see through it. That's how much I've used. It has this funny feeling when it goes on your face, and it comes with a brush, a little cute little brush that you just pull up. I think that's the cutest little thing. I plan on actually keeping this brush for myself for other applications. It's good for, you know, like under your eye to pat some powder in or something. It's just such a good little tool that I do plan to not throw this part away, but I will throw this part away. And I really like this. I used it for a very long time. Again, this just ran out of its expiration for quite a while now. What color did I use? Let me look at this. Oh, here it is. Light medium. Yeah, light medium. That's the color of it. Light medium. So it's probably like the second or third shade in. There you go. And what I found the latest time that I tried to use it, which is why I kind of am chucking it, is it didn't have the same feel to it, that watery, kind of refreshing. The powder, it's a weird feeling. It goes on as a powder, but it actually has some moisture in it, or some kind of mechanism where it puts like moisture onto your skin, and it didn't feel the same way as it felt when I first bought it. And I'm like, I think this is getting old. I think this is drying out, and I'm not going to be using it again. So definitely one of the ones that I probably will pick this one up again too, because I really, really loved it. If it's still available, I don't even know if this is still available. That's how old it is, but I will check up on it. Leave me a comment below if you guys know if this one is available. Again, the Revlon Color Stay. Let me know, the Color Stay Aqua, if it's available below, and if it is, I will go and get it, you know, from wherever you tell me to go and get it. All right, Fit Me, Maybelline Fit Me. And New Look Dewy Smooth. This has sunscreen in it, and what number was it? I don't see the number on it. It was definitely not my color. I can tell you that. And this one, I kind of remember it was oxidating on me. I did like the coverage on it. I really liked the way it looked on my skin. I might really go back and try it again in a different shade, maybe a lighter shade. Again, I think this was one of my summer shades, so it's not one that I can really legit wear in the winter time. As you can see probably next to me, it kind of looks orangey and darker. It doesn't look too light, and I didn't have anything bad about this. I think I you know, if I recall in my review on it, I really liked it. And let me see how it looks like. It's just a plain bottle. You know, there's no pump, there's nothing, no mechanism. Probably one of the only digs I have against it now. I mean, I think every makeup in the modern society should either be a pump or a wand or something that you can apply it with. I don't like those naked open bottles anymore. I just think they're very dated for the way they look, and I think Maybelline could do a better job. It is an actual glass bottle. Again, not very travel friendly. If you are, you know, packing this somewhere, it could shatter. So I think they have to make better thing with it. Oh, here's the shade. Nude Beige 125. And Nude Beige, I usually gravitate to a beige of some sort. My skin is not white, but it's not, you know, too dark. It's in that light to medium range, just getting into the medium tones. But as you can see, even with the bottle, I can tell, just looking at my monitor, that this is a little bit too much on the dark side for me. I think it's neutral enough. It doesn't have any yellow undertones, but it was just a little bit too dark, and I think it was my summer one. But definitely on the radar to repurchase. All right, Revlon Candid 130. This one had a shelf life of 24 months. Yeah, 24 months. And I've used it, you know, it has the pump. Really good coverage. I didn't have anything bad against it. This is really good coverage. I really liked it. It expired. That was it. I did not have any reason to wear it. I didn't gravitate to it. And it was just, it ticked down. It just ticked down. Would I grab it in a pinch? Yes. It's travel friendly. It's in a plastic tube. It's got a nice little pump to it. So definitely worth picking up again. Probably, you know, once I get through again with my other makeups, I will, you know, pick this one up. I didn't mind this one. Okay. I think we're through all the foundations. So now skincare. Retinoid cream, 2% retinoid. This was from Open Formula. And I think this was gifted to me way back, again, a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe more. And I went through it all. I did. This is empty. This really is empty. I enjoyed this a lot. So this is actually one of my empties. It's really, you know, it didn't expire, but I wanted to throw it in there that it is a really good retinoid cream. If you are in the market for it, it doesn't break the bank. It's not that expensive, I don't think. Some of their formulas can be on Open Formula, but I think maybe this was, I want to say maybe in the teens or 20s. I can look it up, but definitely it was worth it, and it lasted a long time. So that was that one. This one expired too. I don't like to keep lipsticks for longer than, you know, 6 months or a year. Milani. This is one of my favorite shades. It's number 27, and it's called Dolce Caramello. There you go. Dolce Caramello, if you can see that. And it's just a beautiful nude. Beautiful nude. Look at that. Absolutely stunning nude. As a, you know, kind of a brown caramel type of look to it. I loved it. I took it down to this much, but it still has a really nice scent to it. But I can tell, you know, from me, it's been over a year, and I'm not going to keep this lipstick. I'll just get a new one. Oh, I do have one more foundation. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Insta Fix. One of my favorites, honestly. This is definitely going to be repurchased again. This is one of the darker shades for my summertime, 150 Natural Beige. And as you can tell, I could almost use it as a kind of like a bronzer type, if you look at my skin tone there. But it's a really nice coverage. I love these sticks. I really love them. Again, expired. I don't want to put it on my face again if it's expired, but I will be picking up if they still have it available. You know, the Revlon Insta stick things here. Okay. Age Perfection Hydra Nutrition L'Oreal Paris. This was an all over honey balm. Whoop, this way. Honey balm. And I practically have over half of it in here. I just didn't gravitate to it. It smells really good. I mean, it smells honeyish, sweet, vanilla-like. And it was good on my skin. Nothing wow. Again, nothing like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was a good moisturizer, but I just didn't pick it up. I had so many other moisturizers in a jar, so many other ones that I was trying out this past year that were just remarkably really good, and I was consistently using them. This one I would use once in a while and completely forget about it. It was on the bottom of my drawer in my vanity, and I'm like, okay, you know, if I haven't picked this up in 8 months or 10 months, I'm just not that into you. Just not that into you. Okay, so we have to go on with our lives. All right, Differin gel, and this is an empty. This is definitely, you know, down to nothing, and it took a while to go through. I would always caution you to get the smallest bottle or tube that you can with a retin-A or a retinoic acid, only because you use so little of it that by the time you go through a tube, the tube will probably expire. Okay, so you don't want a big tube that's going to last you probably 2 years. You want a small tube that's going to last you like 6 months or 8 months, and then you can get a fresh tube. So that's my advice to you guys for today. Okay, that's my tip. So got that done. Okay, and then the last two that I have is two mascaras. This is by Essence Lash. It's one of their princess mascaras. I really liked this. I really did. It's got a really nice wand to it that I really liked. I enjoyed this. It's just dried out. It's empty on the bottom and dry, and I need to pick up a new one, and I will pick up a new one. But it was one of my favorite mascaras. I use this consistently. I really like this. And then this one is the Extreme Essence. This one I wasn't that crazy about. It is gone. You can hear that. Gone. The wand is really nice and big. I use this for my bottom lashes more than anything. Boing, 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 boing. There. It was waterproof. I think it's waterproof. Let me see if it's waterproof. Maria, stop saying stuff that you don't know anything about. I'm not sure if this is waterproof, honestly. I'm not going to say yay or nay on it. But if you guys know, leave me, comments below. But I did enjoy this one. If I had to pick between the two, I would probably pick up the princess one. If I had to pick between the two, which I don't, because they're so cheap. You can get both of them. I mean, they're like $4 or $3 or $4. I mean, Essence is really one of the cheapest brands you can get as far as cosmetics are concerned. All right, so that is it. Empty here, empty. I've got one little packet of something in here and a little pencil that I don't know why I keep these in here. Honestly, I have to take those out. There we go. All right, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I really wanted to emphasize about decluttering. Don't wait, just do it. Sit down and declutter, because it is for your skin health benefit. You don't want to be using old cosmetics on your skin. It's expired. It's whatever ingredients were in there that are beneficial to your skin are gone. The strength is gone. It's not going to work anymore, and you're just wasting your time, and it could be detrimental to your overall skin health. So we don't want that. It's easier to just replace it for a few bucks here and there. You don't have to have 20 foundations in a drawer. Stick to your 3 or 4 favorites that you have. Go through those, and then maybe try some others if you find them here on YouTube. Any new ones that you want to try, just buy them one at a time, try them, and so that you don't kind of end up like me where you completely forget about it, and then when you rediscover it, by the time you rediscover it, it's already expired. Okay? All right, I love you. I'm done. I love you guys very much. Keep well. It's the holiday season. I know people are rushing around and maddening, things, and buying last minute gifts and all of that. Be gracious to each other. Be kind to each other. Everybody is stressed, trying to run around and get the best bargains they can. If you see someone, what I've been doing lately, and this is just me, and I think it's a nice gesture to do, especially if it's an elderly person. If someone only has a couple of things in their cart and they're elderly or whatever, let them go ahead of you in the line. Especially if you have a huge shopping cart of stuff and you got 20 items and they have 3 or 4, let them get in front of you. Be nice. Be a kind person, and play it forward, or whatever they call that. Pay it forward, or however they say that. It's just, it benefits you. It's not going to cost you anything but a few extra minutes of your time, and let them get out of there. Let them rest up. They're stressed too. So, yeah, just be kind to people, and also people with little kids. If there's a little kid and, they're getting tired and they've been standing online for a while and mom's only got 1 or 2 things in her cart, let them get ahead of you so that the child can, rest up and get home and, have their snacks and stuff like that. Okay. I love you guys. Keep well. Happy holidays to everybody. And I will talk to you in my, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up. I almost forget that part. Yeah. Thumbs up, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to keep me going, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Out jumps good old Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys.